Hi, I'm Spottedkiwi and this is Factorio. It's a resource management game. Um, these are the starting settings I'm going to be having. It's pretty standard. Just going to generate the map here. So it's a infinitely large map with randomly generated resources. I'm playing with Bob's mods. Makes things not necessarily harder, but more complicated. And the whole idea of this game is to make a factory. It starts off pretty simple. You gotta build your own tools and basically do pretty much everything yourself for the start. But the whole idea is to automate everything, having it do it itself without you needing to interfere. Currently see any on the map at the moment, but there's alien life forms that are hostile. If your factory creates too much pollution, they'll come attack you, so you got to build like defenses. And the end game goal really is to launch a rocket. So just got to gather some wood up here. This thing here is a burner mining drill. Mines resources, but you got to stock it full of fuel, and it dumps it out on the ground here. So it'll just dump one at a time unless you build a box and stick it out, and then it will fill it up. This is coal, obviously, for fuel. Up here we've got tin. This is lead, iron, copper, and there's a few other random stuff like got oil up here as well, and stone. So we're going to need some stone to start getting some more drills so we can get things started faster, up and going. Actually, get 5 more pieces. In the early games, the most important resources are generally, coal and iron. Gonna need to make some iron plates to get the next drill. So just turns the raw iron into the iron plates here. And we're gonna need 9 total. Make some gears. Already got the furnace, and then some iron plates. So there's a day-night cycle as well, which doesn't really have too much effect at the moment, but it will affect your solar panels if that's how you're going to get your energy, or you can just get energy from boiling water and pumping it to a steam engine, which creates quite a lot of pollution, which means you're more likely to get attacked. So you got to, balance it out. I want to try and get up to electricity as quick as possible. Oh, there's tin. Don't need tin. Stone. analyze some stone over here. That's a bit closer. So things are pretty slow at the start, but eventually they'll pick up and it gets pretty complicated. So I'm playing with Bob's mod, and that adds a whole lot more resources and slightly more complicated recipes. Just makes things more interesting. I'm also playing with a mod called Factorissimo, or Factorissimo. And that mod, it's kind of like Inception. It allows you to build factories inside factories. It's a bit weird, but very cool. Set up my power down here because we need water and coal, so this is going to be a decent enough spot for it. Let's clear out some trees. Gonna need a pump which needs copper. So this is a pump, just pumps out water into a boiler, and the boiler needs fuel like coal, and then it pumps it into the steam engine here. Some electrical poles to send the electricity around. Put some wood in there just to get it started. Next we want is an electric drill, so we don't have to keep refueling it. And that's our first electric mining drill. Let's get it powered here. There we go. So next we want to be able to ship that coal automatically down into the furnaces so we don't have to keep restocking it. And for that we're going to need some transport belts and some inserters. There's burner inserters which run off fuel like coal or wood. I tend to skip those and just go straight to the electric ones. Now that we've got the coal electrode, wow. Now that we've got the coal with some electricity, we're going to move the old coal over to iron, because iron's going to be pretty important. We're going to need a whole lot more of that. Out of fuel there. Okay. And this is a lab. This is where we do our research. So I'm going to try and get that up and running as well. Lets us get more technology, see? Yeah. There's a shit ton of shit that you can do. The stuff in red is obviously, we can't research that just yet, and the stuff in yellow is what we can. Have to research the yellow before we can unlock the red. And most of the stuff here, I think pretty much all of it, at the moment requires red science packs. So that's the first lot that we need to get. Okay, so we'll get another mining drill. Actually, I'll run it a bit closer. So once we get the belt down here, this arm, so if we take the fuel out, it automatically picks up the coal and chucks it in the boiler, so we don't have to worry about it. So that's all automated, and then the next thing we want is more mining drills, because iron, number one thing. A few more trees here. we also want to make at least 10 red science packs because we're going to want automation. Which unlocks these two things for us: a long-handed inserter so it can reach further, and an assembling machine so you can automatically build other entities, which is very handy. So I made 6 more boilers here, and the reason for this is if you have 14 boilers, it can run 10 steam engines. So what I'm going to do is have 7 here running 5, and then another 7 running another 5. I think it runs the steam engine at like 99%, which is, good enough. Chuck this red science packs in here and we'll start researching for us. 5 more. Okay, so with this here, we're going to ship the iron up and the coal up, and we're going to have like a general smelting area here. Chuck the rest of the science packs in there. And the research is done. So the next thing we're probably going to want is logistics, which allows you to move the resources around a bit easier. Splitter splits one belt into 2. Fast inserter just, lifts things faster. And underground belt is pretty handy. Obviously the belt goes underground, so you can have other belts crossing over on the top or whatever. Allows you to avoid obstacles, so we're going to do that one. And we're going to need that to set up our automated smelting area, so we're going to need 20 red packs, which means a lot of iron. We'll get that started. This here might not make much sense at the moment, but it will soon, once we get that research done. So what's going to happen is we're going to split this coal off, so some will go down to the boilers and some will come up here, merge with this one, and then it will split both off to either side, and then we'll get inserters to fuel up the furnaces and then pop out the end results, the iron plates in the middle here. Keeps it all organised. Still just waiting on that research for now. While we're waiting on that, we'll make this a lot larger. And that should be 20 once we get that other one up. Won't need more than 20 for a long time. That will do us for quite a while. And that should be done once it does a few more of those. Won't have to make any more. Okay, next we're probably going to want I guess this assembling machine 1. Oh no, actually maybe military. Oh, we'll see. We probably don't need anything at the moment. Won't have red science automated for a bit. So you see, like, this is my vision. That's how much of the map I can see. If I press Alt, it's got this red haze pops out here. That's my pollution. So as my factory gets bigger, the pollution spreads out. And if that reaches biters, then they'll start attacking me. So that's something we're going to have to think about soon. Trees absorb some pollution, but as your factory gets bigger and you start chopping down more trees, that becomes a problem. That's the other thing I have to do, is build a radar. So the radar takes quite a lot of power, but it will automatically scan every so often like another chunk and like look out. So my vision will get bigger and bigger as we go. Okay, I've got a first splitter, so chuck it there, and there. Half goes one way, half the other way. Probably get another miner, and get rid of this, put it on that one. Our other splitter will come up here, and there we go. It's going to split it 50-50. So fuel and iron goes in, and then iron plates come out. We'll just finish setting up all this. Get it powered. This is gonna produce a shit ton of iron for us, iron plates, and then we won't have to worry for a long time. Running out of electricity. Hang on. Get some more steam engines up.